Hello and welcome to the Turn 1 Magic Cube podcast. My name is Sam. Today I have Kirk with me.
Hey.
And Sky.
How you doing?
We're going to do what we usually do, go through a 4-man mock draft, talk about what we want, what we hope to wheel, and if the card that we did want wasn't in there, what would we take instead. So let's just start this right up. We have one of my favorites, Creeping Tar Pit, Crystal Shard, Silent Departure, Bloodstained Mire, Gerard's Verdict, Strip Mine, Channel, Una's Prowler, Garruk Primal Hunter, Wheel of Fortune, Vraska the Unseen, Ring of Gix, Keldon Vandals, Core Skyfisher, and Consecrated Sphinx. Alright, so guys, what are you looking at out of this pack?
Consecrated Sphinx.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Sky?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Consecrated Sphinx.
Yeah, there are some other good cards in here, but nothing is really on the power level of Consecrated Sphinx. I would say Garruk is, but he's more of a color commitment at this point, and not something I'm willing to pick first overall.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go with the Consecrated Sphinx, and keep an eye on red, because I really like playing cards like Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
And it would be awesome if we could get back, like, actually a lot of different things from this pack.
Yeah, this is a pretty funny pack. Other than, like, the Consecrated Sphinx and, like, the Garruk and maybe, I don't know, something else. Like, everything else is kind of, like, pretty good. Not super good, but they all fit in the decks.
Yeah, role players.
Yeah. Kirk, you're looking at the Consecrated Sphinx. Why do you want that over anything else in this pack?
It's just better. Card draw is awesome. And if they can't get rid of that right away, you're drawing 2 cards extra.
Yeah, at least.
Garruk's good, but like you said, it's not so good when you have to commit to it first pick.
Yeah.
First pack.
If we got no green picks and we pass the Consecrated Sphinx, we're going to look like an idiot.
Yep. Vraska, I'd say, is the other option, but
I like Vraska, but like she's kind of
really
exciting.
figured out her power level yet.
Yeah, like the more like I play with her and see her play, like she does good things, but it's never like out of this world. It's never like, compared to other planeswalkers, she's kind of regular.
Definitely.
Like sometimes you +1, there's like, sure, great,
Yeah.
good for you. I guess I'm not gonna attack into her then, and do damage to you instead. And like after you Maelstrom Pulse off her the first time, you realistically have 2 turns to wait before you do it. Because if you just get rid of her after doing it once, or like Maelstrom Pulse +1 and then Pulse again off her, that's not really the best out of a 5-mana card.
No,
I mean, it's not the worst if you think about it. Like if you have a card that said 3 green, black, destroy target permanent, 2 turns later destroy another target permanent, that's pretty good, but it's not what I'm looking out of a planeswalker, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I agree with you. Consecrated Sphinx is definitely the strongest card in here. Keeps us, I won't say the most open, but having a bomb be double colored, a 6-mana card, is still kind of keeping us open.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the Consecrated Sphinx pick, guys.
Yeah, it's a really good pick.
Okay, so easy Consecrated Sphinx pick. What are we hoping to wheel? Really?
Lots of wheel cards.
There are lots of wheel cards. There are a lot of different cards that could be gone. A lot of different cards that could surprisingly come back.
Bloodstained Mire might be good to get. Crystal Shard is always awesome.
Yeah.
Creepy Tar Pit is good to get.
Yeah, especially since we're already in blue too.
And like I was saying, Wheel of Fortune might be a card that we want to play.
Yeah. You know, I'm really looking at the Ring of Gix. That's the card I really, really want to come back in this pack. Just because I like the Icy Manipulator effects, and even though you have to pay the Echo on it, like, I mean, all these other cards, like, I'm not going to say I really want Kirk to come back, because I have no faith that's going to happen. Even if it's between Ring of Gix and Vraska, or Ring of Gix and, like, Creeping Tar Pit, or Crystal Shard, or Wheel of Fortune, I think I'd still take the Ring of Gix. Just because I know I'm going to play it in just about every deck I make, especially with Consecrated Sphinx in it. After you pay the Echo, there's no detriment at all. And, I don't know, I think it's a really strong card. I like having the Icy Manipulator effect in my decks.
Yeah, it's a really powerful card. I mean, anything with the Icy effect is really powerful.
Yeah.
But I hate paying the Echo on this card.
Yeah, it can be pretty brutal. There are times where you, like, when you have to pay the Echo, it's like, alright, either I pay the Echo or I cast another spell and you cast. And that's a really tough decision.
Yeah.
Kirk, what are you looking to wheel back out of here?
Probably the Crystal Shard or the Creeping Tar Pit.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ring of Gix. Takes up that extra turn after, which kind of hurts you. Not in, like, you dying sense, because usually you can tap down the creature that's going to kill you, but more in the sense that they're getting ahead on card draw and maybe dropping mana stones into play.
Yeah, sure, tempo.
Yeah, so I don't know. I like it, but it would definitely depend on what cards come in the next packs. I really like Creeping Fire Pit.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess we kind of move on here. Like, if the Consecrated Sphinx wasn't in here, I'd probably take the Creeping Tar Pit over the Ring of Gix at this point, just because I don't think Ring of Gix is a good first pick. But I'm not willing to take a Garruk or a Vraska first pick.
Well, what about a Bloodstained Mire?
I think I would still like the. I think Creeping Tar Pit is probably not as good as Mutavault and Mischievous Factory because you can't just tap one and make it happen. But having the unblockable part of it is so strong. I mean, there'll be boards where you're deadlocked, and your 3 damage off your Creeping Tar Pit will win you the game, or they'll have that Karn protected at 3, or they won't be able to take something away with that Karn because either you take away the Creeping Tar Pit so he doesn't die, or you take away the actual problem card.
Yep.
And it survives wraths, gets through a lot, carries swords like a champion, carries jitties like a champion, all that kind of stuff.
3 unblockable damage is a lot.
Yeah.
For 3.
Definitely.
People forget about it too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tend to if I'm playing blue, I like to combine it with black. I think it's a really strong combination color. And in this pack, other than the Vraska and the Bloodstained Mire and the Unas Prowler, well, I guess I'm listing 5 cards, but still, I it keeps me open to get one of these cards back that I'd be happy to play. Like if I took Creeping Tar Pit and Vraska the Unseen came back, I would still consider playing that in that deck and maybe go 3 colors, splash for the Vraska or splash for whatever black or blue card I'm playing off the Creeping Tar Pit or whatever. I guess I just jumped right ahead to if the Consecrated Sphinx wasn't in here, what would we take? But let's just stick on that. If the Consecrated Sphinx wasn't in here, what would you take, Kirk?
This is a big decision.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't want to go with the Garruk here, but I really don't like committing to green so early. But I'd say he is the best card in here, so it's kind of tough, and he's not coming back, so someone else is going to be coming to it.
Yeah, but you have to also consider, if you take that Garruk, someone might see that channel or the Vraska and be like, I'm going to build around that channel right now, Yeah. I just grabbed the Battle Sphere, I just grabbed a Worm Coil, now I'm going to make the channel deck.
I think the channel would come back. That's what I was kind of hoping on with the Garruk.
Yeah, I think so too, but it's definitely something to consider.
And channel's a really strong card to build your deck around, like you said in the beginning. That would almost be my plan, taking the Garruk, would be build around the channel that's 90% of the time going to wheel.
Yeah.
Maybe 95%.
Yeah, I mean, if you take the Garruk, Vraska will probably be gone when you get this pack back.
Yeah.
And Crystal Shard and Creeping Tar Pit will probably be gone when you get this pack back. Maybe even Ring of Gix. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of tough, honestly, what's coming back in this pack is it's really up in the air.
Definitely.
The cards that might be gone might be Strip Mine, Wheel of Fortune, Crystal Shard, might be Bloodstained Mire, Creeping Tar Pit, Ring of Gix. It could be any variety of different cards.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good argument for Garruk, because you are hitting a pretty high likelihood that channel's coming back, and you're also cutting green out really well.
Yeah, definitely. Vraska technically is green, but it's also a splashable green card.
Mm-hmm.
It's costing 5. You'll be able to get to that 1 green mana by the time you get her on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, if your deck is made that way. Yeah, I like the Garruk here if that isn't in here, but I think so. You guys would take the Garruk if the Consecrated Sphinx wasn't in here?
Probably. I mean, I think this is another one of those. What am I feeling like today? Because I could take the Crystal Shard or the Creeping Tar Pit there.
Yeah. Not wrong picks either way.
I keep looking back to the Wheel of Fortune, though. The card's really good.
Yeah, you love that card.
I love that card.
Definitely. And it's definitely not... It's awesome. Draw 7.
Yeah.
Have no cards in your hand but that, and you pretty much just draw 7 for 3.
Works awesome in any sort of Reanimator deck, too.
Yes.
Both players are going to be discarding their hands.
Yeah, and you might get back this Una, too.
Yeah.
Which would be nice. Just have, 2 options for reanimation style. Having... you can't really make a reanimation deck when you only have 1 discard outlet.
Yeah.
But when you have multiples of them, if you took that Wheel of Fortune, got, Animate Dead or Necromancer in the next pack, and then got this Unas Prowler back, that would be a pretty decent pick. I mean, good chance that Unas Prowler would wheel.
I'd probably take the Bloodstained Mire.
Yeah, that's a good point. You want the double duel right there. And even then, a good chance this Unas Prowler could be a last pick out of the pack.
Absolutely.
It's a good card. But it's kind of unexciting in non-reanimator strategies.
Yeah, and where we're playing a 4-person draft, it's not likely that there's definitely going to be somebody playing a Reanimator deck this early.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe somebody is, and if that doesn't come back, we know they are. But
Yeah, right. Like if someone cracks Recurring Nightmare and just commits,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
I hear that. But I think Wheel of Fortune is definitely a nice one to take out of here. Kirk, what did you say again? What did you go with? The Garuk?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
thinking more now the Creeping Carpet.
Yeah.
It's hit or miss here.
Yeah, triple green's really tough first pick.
First pick, it's rough. I like the Creeping Carpet.
It's more likely you're going to play a deck that can play the Creeping Tar Pit too.
Yeah.
But if you do have that green deck and you took that Garuk first, you're going to be really happy you have it.
Definitely. And I'm thinking more about the channel. It's like, is my channel deck going to pan out in these first couple picks?
Yeah.
Am I going to see a Mirror Bathysphere or a Karn or Wormcoil coming up?
Yeah, it's tough. But you know what? We don't have to worry about that at all because we took Consecrated Sphinx.
Oh, God.
Yeah, thank God. We're not making a pack one, pick one Garuk Primal Hunter, which is not a bad pick. It's just not what you're looking to do. You never really want to pick a triple green or triple whatever color card. But we'll keep on going from here. We got Blood Crypt, Bitter Blossom, Moat, Rolling Earthquake, Borderland Ranger, Sneak Attack, man, Assault Monolith, Library of Alexandria, Treetop Village, Grim Lavamancer, Dungeon Geist, Fact or Fiction, Marsh Flats, and Increasing Devotion.
Well, if you watched any of our videos, you know what we're taking out of this pack.
Yeah, if you've ever played Cube before, you're kind of looking at that Library of Alexandria, wondering what the guy to your right of you just took. Probably a Soul Ring.
And you're probably drooling.
You're definitely drooling. That is friggin' sweet. Getting past the library, first pack, not realistic, but happily accepted.
Alright, so library it is.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about it anymore. We've gushed over it many, many times. We take a library, we have a Consecrated Sphinx. Kirk, what are you looking to wheel?
Let's see. Fact or Fiction will be gone.
Yep.
Blossom will be gone.
Yep.
And Increasing Devotion is probably going to be gone.
Most likely, yeah.
So I'm probably hoping to wheel either the Rolling Earthquake or the Marsh Flats.
Alright, yeah, I like those picks. They're pretty decent choices.
I like the Marsh Flats.
No argument for the Dungeon Geist?
No,
Not really?
not really.
Yeah, okay.
He's good, but I think he'll come back around.
Maybe.
Fixing is what you have to pick up early.
Yeah.
Especially in our drafts, we all value it so high.
Yeah, yeah.
Fixing is really important in the beginning, so you know what cards you can take as the draft progresses.
Right. Any consideration for Moat, since like there's a chance that we might have a lot of flyers?
No, I don't really like Moat this early. I'd rather not commit myself to white the
Yeah,
Moat pick and just take the Marsh Flats for wheeled around.
I hear that.
Especially where Increasing Devotion's going to be gone.
Sure,
I mean, you're going to be going up against another white drafter.
probably. Yep, yep. So Sky, what do you? Speaking of which, what are you looking to wheel out of here?
Yeah, seeing as how the Fact or Fiction, Bitter Blossom are definitely gone. Increasing Devotion's probably gone. Rolling Earthquake's probably gone. I'd kind of hope that we'll to wheel this Rolling Earthquake,
Yeah,
because like I was saying earlier with like that Wheel of Fortune and stuff like that, I like splashing red for these sweet like game changers.
Yeah.
And I mean there can even be like a little bit of an argument made for the Basalt Monolith.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be really between the Rolling Earthquake and the Marsh Flats here.
Now, what if this Sneak Attack came back? Would you consider building around that? Because that's one of those cards that is an easy splash red card that has a high impact.
I'd think about it definitely, but it's going to depend on what I get in these next couple picks.
Sure, Sneaking Attack at Consecrated Sphinx then is pretty lackluster.
Yeah, I mean I'm not drawing anything. I'm attacking them for 4 in the air.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely think about playing it, but it's going to depend on whether or not I have good creatures to play with it.
Right. Okay. So you'd want to wheel back this Rolling Earthquake.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm looking at either Marsh Flats or Dungeon Geist. I mentioned the Dungeon Geist when I asked Kirk. I really like this card. It locks down a lot of different strategies. You can turn off an aggro deck pretty well. Flies, you can kind of you can reset it if you want to as well. It taps the creature down when it comes in. I think it's pretty good. I don't know if I would take it over Marsh Flats just because it leaves me more open. I think if I was heavier in blue, like the next 2 cards I grabbed were blue I'd be more inclined for the Dungeon Geist. But if I was jumping in more different colors, if I had 2 different artifacts instead, I'd probably want to take the Marsh Flats just to keep open and be able to splash other cards or get duels down the way that'd be able to get off it. Like getting this Blood Crypt back after you take the Marsh Flats is a possibility. And it'd be nice to splash red for those reasons you said, like Wheel of Fortune or Rolling Earthquake, which could come back to on the 3rd time around, as could the Wheel of Fortune as well. So yeah, I think I'm looking to Dungeon Geist if I pick blue cards, but Marsh Flats if I don't. But, okay, so let's make pretend that the actual thing happened and Library of Alexandria isn't in this pack. We're not in La La Land where we get a pack 1, pick 2. What are we looking to take out of here?
Either the Increasing Devotion or the Fact of Fiction, in my opinion. I mean, actually, I'm not even noticing that Bitter Blossom sitting up there.
Yeah, 3 very good options.
It's tough. I mean, between those 3, Increasing Devotion pushes you hardest into another commitment.
Yep.
So I'm probably not going to take that.
Yeah, getting the Bitter Blossom and then maybe playing some 3-color Crazy Deck when you get that mode back wouldn't be the worst.
Yeah.
Asking a lot, but it's something to consider. But Fact or Fiction, though, on blue, draws a crap ton.
Like we've said before, it's one of the best draw spells.
Yeah, definitely. Kirk, what are you looking to take if there's no library in here?
Probably gonna go with the Fact of Fiction.
Why is that?
I'm already in blue.
Yep.
So that's one reason.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think there's a wrong pick here between the 3.
Yeah.
But I personally like Fact of Fiction better.
Yeah. I agree. I like drawing the 5 cards. Like you said, we're in blue.
Yeah.
There's no reason. I mean, I wouldn't fault anyone for taking either one of these other cards, but I personally feel just staying blue and kind of, playing off the draft, reading what we're seeing, that kind of stuff is a little stronger than taking one of these other cards. And Fact or Fiction is arguably better than both Increasing Devotion and Bitter Blossom as well.
Yeah.
So not only are you taking an on-color awesome card, but you're taking the best card in the pack at that point. But, yeah, any other consideration in this pack?
Just if you take the Fact of Fiction, you can kind of know that you're going up against tokens with the other 2 cards.
Yep.
So you can plan around that a little more and be ready for it. Whereas if you pass the Fact of Fiction, there's really no planning around that besides, go aggro or have a counterspell.
Right.
It's a lot more easier to play against these other good cards that you pass if you take the Fact of Fiction.
Yeah, I think cards like the Rolling Earthquake are a lot higher priority, too. Rolling Earthquake for 1 and a red to wipe out their board, pretty strong.
Sweet.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if they just put all sorts of life into getting all their tokens off of Bitter Blossom.
Yeah.
You just wipe them all out, plus do a little bit of damage to them.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's pretty strong. I like Rolling Earthquake a lot. For other reasons you said, Sky. It kills a lot. You can have it kind of like selective, so you have your Consecrated Sphinx out, and you're Rolling Earthquake for 2, and it's not like a Black Sun Zemel or something where your guy's like crippled. He's actually able to keep on going, bring down the beats, and then continue to draw cards off for you too. It's a pretty strong strategy to draft like the big red deck with, or like the big mana deck splashing for an Earthquake or a Rolling Earthquake, and even maybe somehow being able to play a Sneak Attack if we're able to get all these big guys in that deck, the ones that are able to survive the Rolling Earthquake.
Yeah, it's really tough splashing Sneak Attack.
It is.
Because it takes a red mana to drop a creature in.
Right, and you usually want multiple activations a turn as well.
Yeah,
It's
but
tough to
it's
get it,
doable.
Yeah.
You want a tutor if you're trying to play Sneak Attack. It's just a card that's really tough to get into your hand. You don't have too many ways.
Yeah, you can Light Tutor and the other
deck
tutors.
around it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sneak Attack's definitely a card here, though. I mean, with that Wheel of Fortune going.
Definitely. Keep red in mind heavily here.
Yeah. If we see like all the red cards come back, it might be time to switch into like a pretty heavy splash, or maybe just switch into red.
Definitely. I mean, so
blue
Bloodstained Mire and this go.
Yeah.
And then the Wheel of Fortune and these 2 strong red cards that are probably coming back, passing the white and black.
And let's not forget how good cards like Consecrated Sphinx are with Sneak Attack.
Definitely.
Just filling your hand up with 2 more cards every turn.
Yeah.
Dropping them into play.
Definitely. You appear to have like a constant flux. Not constant, but you guarantee a more constant flux of gas coming off your Sneak Attack.
Yeah.
But we don't have to debate taking sucky cards like Fact or Fiction, because we already have this Library of Alexandria, which is pretty awesome. And we'll move on to pack number 3 now. To recap, we have a Consecrated Sphinx and a pack 1, pick 2 Library of Alexandria, because how else let go. And pack number 3, Blood Gift Demon, Erratic Portal, Torch Fiend, Snapcaster Mage, Baneslayer Angel, Vault of the Archangel, Phantasmal Image, all angels here, Restoration Angel, Daze, Octabi Orangutan, oh, Jesus, Graveborn Muse, Grave Titan, and the Stupor.
Huh.
Jeez Louise, huh?
Well, would you look at that?
Yeah, there's some good cards in this pack.
Yeah. I'm mainly looking at the Snapcaster and the Phantasmal Image. There's definitely a lot of value in that Restoration Angel and the Grave Titan.
Yeah.
But
We were just talking about that sneak attack too, and Grave Titan would be excellent with that
that
sneak
would
attack.
be pretty sweet. I think that's a really legitimate reason to take it too.
Yeah, if we're playing like maybe to kind of force that deck, hoping that comes back around.
Yeah.
Kirk, what are you looking at right now?
Snapcaster and Grave Titan.
What are you leaning towards?
Probably Snapcaster, but Grave Titan's really good. I mean,
Yep.
We already have a Bomb 6 drop. I like Snapcaster. It's so early.
Yeah, but Grave Titan's one of those cards that even though we already have a Bomb 6 drop, you still are thinking about taking it because it will replace any of your poor 6 drops you have. And it's typically better than most of the other 6 drops out there too.
Yeah.
Debatably better than Consecrated Sphinx. Debatably.
Yeah, definitely.
Debatably, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, situationally, it depends on it. If you're looking to draw more cards, you're going to want the Concentrated Sphinx. But if you're looking just to end the game, Grave Titan is a better option
Plus,
if you can swing it with them.
If we're sneaking it in with Sneak Attack, we're getting 4 2/2s.
Yeah, pretty strong. And if we can bounce them back to our hand somehow,
Whew.
like with this Erratic Portal we can
Or-
get back,
Wasn't there a Crystal Shard that we saw earlier?
We did.
Crystal Shard. So we kind of have like the Sneak Attack deck in the works right now if we get it back.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and we have all these splashable like lands we've already
Yeah,
seen.
we have all the
Mhm.
blue, black, red.
Yeah.
Tar Pits coming back in that same pack.
So right now it's a very tough decision on whether we hope that card comes back. It probably will.
I think it's coming back.
I think it's coming back too, but like if it didn't come back, kind of devastating.
Yeah.
But not really though. I mean, you'll still be happy to
We're
have
still
a Grave
taking
Titan.
really strong cards.
Yeah, it's not like we're taking like a Kozilek that we won't be able to cast
Yeah.
otherwise. We're taking a Grave Titan, which costs 6 mana. Should cost way more, but it doesn't, and it's pretty strong. What would you actually choose if it came down to it?
You kind of convinced me about the Grave Titan now, especially because we haven't seen any strong instants besides that Fact of Fiction, which is going to be gone.
Yep.
And I also like leaving a blue, there's 2 blue picks in here, so maybe one of them might come back. They're shielding each
chance.
other with other good cards here.
Yeah.
And if not, we'll get the Erratic Portal back for our Sneak Attack deck. So
Yeah. And you know what? Like Consecrated Sphinx is good, but it's not a sole reason to stay in the blue. Like if we're just getting blue completely cut off from us, and we can't play Consecrated Sphinx, it's not the end of the world.
Let's not forget about the possibility of flashing in a Restoration Angel to bounce back our Sneak Attack dude.
That is true. That is definitely true. But I feel the white player will probably take Restore Angel over Baneslayer Angel.
Probably, yeah.
But even then, what if he's like white-blue, the white player? I don't think he can take Restoration Angel over a Phantasmal Image or a Snapcaster Mage. Or if he's like...
yeah.
It's tough. Like, it really all depends how heavy the white player is.
Yeah, and somebody drafting in black is really going to like seeing that Blood Gift Demon.
Yeah, definitely. Or even like...
That's why you might send him into something else.
Yeah,
He's going to be in a tough spot.
definitely. Yeah, we're sending some kind of crazy signals to the guys to the left of us right now. Kind of taking all different cards, and I mean, we did take in a library pack too, but we're still passing all sorts of crazy cards out of that pack as well, if I remember correctly. Decent amount of pretty crazy cards. This is really, really tough. I think I convinced myself that I like the Grave Titan pick with that sneak attack. I'm pretty confident we're gonna get that sneak attack back.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd be able to let it go again if we did get it back, just because we don't want to risk anyone being like, "Oh, it came around the third time. I might as well play that deck now," Or I'll just take it and just see what happens. You kind of have to like pull the trigger when it comes back
Yeah.
this time around. I
Yeah.
feel. So let's get our final picks here. Sky, what are you picking?
I'm picking the Grave Titan.
All right, over Snapcaster and Phantasmal Image.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be the best pick to make, but Grave Titan's really strong.
Yeah.
It can get Phantasmal Imaged, but I mean, I'm really hoping to build that Sneak Attack deck.
Yeah, and there's a chance that like the blue player, there could be only one other blue player. Not likely, but there could only be one other blue player, and you might just take that Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah.
I don't know how likely that is. That there is only one other blue player, but it's a possibility.
I definitely like the chance of taking this Grave Titan and wheeling back an Erratic Portal or a Crystal Shard.
Yeah, I think Erratic Portal would be, if we don't get that Crystal Shard, it would be pretty awesome. Either one of them are pretty awesome in this deck, too, without a doubt.
Yeah. I'd rather just wait for the Erratic Portal and take the Creeping Carpet that's in the Crystal Shard deck.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because that way we can play it in this possibly 4-color deck.
Yeah. That also goes back to what we were talking about with the first pack, too. Like, what we wanted to wheel back out of there, it's really all dependent on what's still in there. Like, if that Creeping Tar Pit isn't in there anymore, maybe Crystal Shard is the better pick. And then in this pack, we have more options of what we want to look at. Like, if we did get back Resto Angel and Erratic Portal, I might be more inclined to take the Restoration Angel instead.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the awesome interaction between Sneak Attacking and Grave Titan. I understand that the way we're talking about this deck, it sounds like we're playing 4 colors right now. We're definitely going off the deep end a little bit. But, there's a good amount of fixing in these packs, too. Living Paradise, the Blood Crypt, Bloodstained Mire.
And you just start to make it a priority.
Marsh Flats, yep. Exactly,
we're on back 1.
Yeah.
Book
it early. We're going to get at least 3 cards out of each one of these packs.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's 4. Not guaranteed, but yeah. But, yeah, I think it's a pretty strong pick. Kirk?
I'll go with Grave Titan here.
Grave Titan? All right. Take the Grave Titan. We've already talked about what we want to wheel back a little bit, but let's make some kind of official choices on that. Kirk, what would you really want to wheel back out of here? Assuming, I'm going to say... Phantasmal Image. I'm going to say...
I really want to come back.
Yeah, and I'd say most blue players would try to take the Snapcaster over Phantasmal Image.
Yeah.
So why do you want Phantasmal Image? Probably pretty obvious, but let's hear it.
Yeah, we have 2 awesome drops. It goes really good with Sneak Attack.
Yep. Sneak Attack and Grave Titan. Sneak Attack and another Grave Titan.
Just these copy cards are really good.
Just drop it. Yeah.
They're really awesome.
Yeah, clones are really sweet.
No targeting.
And even though he kind of sucks, that like when you do target him, he dies. The fact that he costs 2 just, I think, completely nullifies that detriment.
You can play 2 to make another Grave Titan or make another Consecrated Sphinx.
Yeah, then you're still getting 4 power out of it, even if it does eat a shock at the very worst, or eats like a +1 off a Chandra.
Yeah.
It's still going to get you that 4 power, or it's going to get you whatever other entry battlefield ability. Like, it's still going to bounce a creature Restoration Angel, or, I don't know, do something else like that as well. Yeah, I think I like Phantasmal Image here, but what if, there's a possibility if Phantasmal Image and Snapcaster are gone?
Yeah, definitely. Good possibility.
Yeah, I'd say stronger than both, one of them being in there.
Yep.
So what are you looking instead?
I'm going to go with the Erratic Portal.
Yeah.
Bloodgift Demon's really good.
Now, if you got the Crystal Shard, would you still be looking at the Erratic Portal? Is running 2 of those effects in that deck kind of redundant and unnecessary?
No, I think it's good, but I'd rather have the Creeping Tar Pit over the Crystal Shard if it comes back, or the Marsh Flats over the Crystal Shard, because I think if the Crystal Shard's still in there, hopefully the Erratic Portal will still be in there.
Yeah, right, because that's the same type of deck.
Yeah.
I hear you. Sky, what are you looking to wheel back out of this pack?
Yeah, I agree with the Erratic Portal. Being able to do a Crystal Shard for 1 colorless is sweet.
Yeah.
Seeing as we're already talking about the possibility of 4 colors.
Yep.
So yeah, I'd go the Erratic Portal. I don't think Snapcaster's coming back. I personally don't think there's a chance of Phantasmal Image coming back.
Yeah, me either. But, it could happen.
Yeah. So, yeah, Erratic Portal is really good. Like Kirk said, Bloodgift Demon's a really strong card. But just based on what we have right now.
Yeah, having 2 6-drops, the Bloodgift Demon's kind of a luxury.
Yeah.
And if we are going to try to make that Sneak Attack deck, it like Consecrated Sphinx does absolutely nothing, except swings in for 5.
Yep.
But also, it's a very strong card, not taking anything away from it. But if that's the direction we're looking to go in, I think absolutely the Erratic Portal is probably the one we're looking at.
Yeah.
Okay, so Grave Titan, not in this pack. What are we taking? Kirk?
Snapcaster.
Yeah, I'm going with
Snapcaster? Sky, Kirk, Snapcaster? Over the Phantasmal Image?
Yeah.
Even without any instance of sorceries?
Yeah,
you're going to
get them really early.
Yep. I hear that. Yeah, Snapcaster's just... It's not so much stronger than Phantasmal Image. There'll be times when Phantasmal Image will blow it out of the water. But overall, most blue decks you're going to have are going to have like 6 to 8 to 10 targets for that Snapcaster.
Yeah.
All of them are really, really good too. So...
Wheel on that Daze or the Erratic Portal.
Yeah.
Let's not get Crystal Shard and Erratic Portal with Snapcaster.
Yeah. Cast all your spells twice.
Yep.
Really, really nice. And maybe if we do end up playing black, if we don't have this Grave Titan in here, being able to stupor twice, pretty good.
Yeah.
Have them discard 4, whatever.
Take that, sucker.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay, so Sky, Snapcaster 2.
Yeah.
I agree. Snapcaster is just such a strong card. It's pretty brutal, being able to cast all your instants the second time. But we took the Grave Titan. We're moving on to pack 4 right now. To recap, we have Consecrated Sphinx, Library of Alexandria, and Grave Titan. And we're looking at Threebin Doomsayer, Exalted Angel, Massacre Worm, Volcanic Island, Lotus Bloom, Looter Il Core, Sower of Temptation, Basking Root Walla, Sword of War and Peace, Hellrider, Sword of Body and Mind, and Ranger of Eos. What are you guys looking at right now?
Sword of Body and Mind.
Yeah, card's insane. Sky?
Yeah, I have to agree with Kirk.
Yeah.
In Cube, it's going to end a game pretty quickly.
Yep, if you can land 2 hits with that, they have a tough time coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, like, usually by the time you're able to play it and equip it, you've already gone through 10 cards in your deck. And if you've gone through another 5, it pretty much gives them 5 turns to do something in response. And even then, not that much, too. Like, the other sword's good, but...
It's a Trace Memory Adept in a sword.
Yeah, and it's protection from blue and green. And it makes other guys to hold the sword, too, later on.
Yeah.
The card's really, really, really strong.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the second best sword,
Yep.
in my opinion. There'll be times when...
To Fire and Ice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be times when this is better than Fire and Ice, but that's when like it's able to finish the game. I'd rather the card draw and the 2 damage most of the time than Fire and Ice, but I think the card is really, really solid. Any other consideration for any other card in this pack?
Not at this point, I don't think. I
Right.
think this has to be our pick. I mean, Volcanic Island's really good considering what we've been talking about.
That's true.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Sword, too.
a sword over Volcanic Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sword of Temptation, yeah,
It's
is really,
really,
really good.
Really good.
Yeah, and even if like we didn't go on the sneak attack route, being able to sneak attack, take their guy, sneak attack our next guy in,
Yep.
have him swing in for a potential kill.
Yeah,
Pretty strong line of play.
plus you can do like stupid stuff, like sneak attack in your Sword of Temptation, steal one of their dudes, and then bounce it.
What, this sword?
No, bounce
Oh,
their
once they're
creature.
due to bring it back to their hand?
Yeah,
Just kind of get rid of it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
make them pay for it again.
Yeah, definitely kind of time walks them a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the card is really good, but Sword is just it's just stronger. It's gonna fit with our tokens. We have 2 creatures that can wear it right now, and I mean, usually in the sneak attack deck, the swords aren't the best because, like, you have to spend so much mana getting the guy in.
Yeah, it kind of
Flipping onto
slows
it.
you down a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But again, we might not be in the sneak attack deck. We could get to this back to the first pack and be like, whatever. I'm just gonna play blue-black good
Mhm.
stuff at this point, or blue-black creatures, or whatever.
Yeah, we could switch into like a reanimator thing, get back this Looter Il Core. And
Yep.
guess what's awesome with a Looter Il Core? Our Sword of Body and Mind.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Yeah. Really. Having a shadow creature in blue is pretty strong, especially one that they don't really consider. So like, I'll let you keep on picking cards off me or whatever. You're only doing 1 damage. You got to pitch a card anyways. Next thing you know, you draw that sword off it. Next turn, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
That's 10 cards and a creature that can block whatever they have now too, and another guy to swing in with. I think that's a pretty strong pick. Agreed all around. Sword of Body and Mind. Okay, we take the Sword of Body and Mind. Now it's a little tougher on what we want to wheel. I have no faith that the sword's going to be in here, but everything else is kind of up in the air. I could see the sword being gone. Yeah, sword's gone. Probably the sword. Volcanic Island's a good one to get back.
Volcanic Island's a really good one to get back.
That's what we're banking on.
Yeah.
Unless it's gone.
But even if the Volcanic Island didn't come back, I wouldn't mind taking something like the Looter or even Lotus Bloom. This seems like a deck where we might want to play Lotus Bloom.
Yeah.
Like we might be in like 3 or 4 different colors, and having that Lotus Bloom might be the difference between casting a bomb in our hand and not casting it at all.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
It's
But yeah, I could see it being gone. I could see Sword, Sower, and Lotus Bloom being gone.
yeah.
There's
Or
a
Sword
good
Sword, the land being gone.
Yeah.
Considering we passed all that red fixing, some
Oh,
guy
yeah.
that's about to be like, yeah, I'm gonna look to splash red now,
Mhm.
or I'm gonna look to do whatever with it.
Plus, I think did we pass the Sulphur Falls? Was it or
Bloodstained Mire.
Let's say
Oh,
my
okay.
we passed another
Steamboats, was it?
Was it?
I think it was
Seaman?
No,
Steamboat.
Blood Crypt.
Blood Crypt. That's right. Yeah. So the other color that we're in too, with the
Yeah.
red splash on it. Yeah, this is
We're really hoping to wheel some lands here.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It's hard to-
I think our next 4 picks are going to be mostly lands, most
Yeah.
likely,
Hopefully.
just to set up the rest of our draft. It might be like land, sneak attack, land,
Yeah.
in our next 4 picks. If we do commit to this sneak attack deck, which is, again, up in the air, not a definite possibility,
Mhm.
but it's something we've been considering this whole time that we've been drafting. I've been considering personally. I don't know about you guys, but like,
It's gonna be tough picks.
they're going to be really tough picks, especially that first pack.
Portal,
Yeah.
with these lands.
That's true, yeah, because like
You need a lot of that stuff.
the land might come back if no one wants to splash the red,
It's like, what do you
but
risk?
it might not. Like
You
the
risk
erratic
having
portal,
the erratic portal come back.
Yeah.
It's equal, in my opinion. Like
that could
you
easily
really
be gone
don't
too,
know.
because
Yeah.
it's colorless, and there are a lot of different decks that want to play erratic portal.
Yeah, and that's why the picks that we've made so far are good picks because they haven't committed us towards having to take those cards. We don't necessarily have to take any of those cards
Yeah.
for these picks to be good picks.
Yeah, definitely. Like we could not do that crystal shard erratic portal deck,
Yeah.
and still have an okay deck already right here. We could just take all that fixing and then just play like 3 to 5 color good stuff
Yeah.
and be a-okay with it. We have a library, we have a consecrated sphinx, we have a grave titan, we have a bunch of awesome cards that slam down into it, no problem whatsoever. Really, really good stuff. And we have the sword too, but like, sword's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it really is tough to say what we want to get out of this pack on the way back here. We're not really going to go into white anymore. I've kind of given up on playing any white. So I don't really want any of those cards coming back. Who cares about the Baskin Root Walla? Don't really care about Hell Rider. Massacre Worm wouldn't be the worst, but I wouldn't take it early. I mean, it'd be kind of cool with the sneak attack.
It would
Yeah.
be.
It'd be kind of a good sideboard option to face that Bitter Blossom / Creasing Devotion deck.
It definitely would be.
You know,
and if we get back some sweet black
Oh, yeah,
cards,
yeah.
like
Oh yeah,
if we wheel Blood Gift Team in,
yep.
I mean we might just be playing straight up blue black. Maybe go into blue black red.
Yeah.
Or we could go into like a Reanimator theme. Have like stuff like take a Massacre Worm and hope to wheel a Looter.
Yeah.
Well, on our second wheel, but I don't know. It's one of those times where you wait to see what you get for information from your next few picks.
Yep.
But I think Looter would be fine. I think Massacre Worm would be fine, and Volcanic Island would be fine at this point.
Yeah, if it was between the 3 of them, I'd probably side towards Volcanic Island just to keep myself open.
Yeah.
But if that wasn't in there, I'd probably still side with the Looter because I have good faith that the Massacre Worm will come back again. I think just because I don't know how heavy the Bitter Blossom player is going to be in black, but he could just be splashing for black. He could be taking the same mindset we are, being like, all right, I'm going to try to play 3 different colors, and this Bitter Blossom allows me to play those 3 different colors.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, we didn't see, other than the Blood Gift Demon and the Bitter Blossom, there really has been a lot of superb black cards in these packs.
Nope.
Super, but that's not a superb black card. That's,
Yeah.
Graveborn
All the
Muse.
same pack.
We took
Yeah.
it. Grave Titan.
Yeah. So, good chance we might get that Massacre Worm back. I wouldn't mind the Lotus Bloom, but I'm not looking to take that over a lot of different cards. If I was definitely going Sneak Attack, I think I'm more inclined to take Lotus Bloom if the Volcanic Island wasn't in there. But I don't know. I'd still probably consider the Looter Core, especially since we have that sword already too.
Definitely go with the Volcanic Island too.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm saying this considering the Volcanic Island wasn't in there. If the Volcanic Island did come back, I was in here, I think it'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But if the Volcanic Island wasn't in here, we'll say Sword, Sower, Volcanic Island are gone. I think it's a little closer between Looter and Lotus Bloom, depending on what style deck we go with.
Probably go for Looter.
I'd probably go with the Looter too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no doubt. I'd probably go with the 2. But if we end up going in like 3 or 4 colors, I think there's a little more merit to the Lotus Bloom to keep it in consideration. We might wheel it again though, but we might wheel the Looter again too.
Yeah.
Like Looter
Isn't a high pick.
It isn't a high pick. It's a pick you might pick on the 3rd time around.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise you if it came back. Wouldn't surprise you if you got a last pick.
No.
Especially out of this
I've
pack.
had that happen definitely before.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up now. Any final thoughts before we conclude?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna try and go for pushing the sneak attack deck, you really have to prioritize lands
Yeah,
right now.
definitely. We'll get the bombs and the big creatures to play with the sneak attack.
Yeah.
but we might not have the fixing if we're gonna go 3-color sneak attack, 4-color sneak attack, potentially 5-color sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
5-color for the more adventurous, stupider ones like me, but still.
I feel like we'd pass the sneak attack as it came around and then take it on like the second wheel.
The third time around.
Yeah, because there's no big creatures going by at
Yeah,
this point, and
it's not
we
really
need
appealing.
We need that land that's going to be taken. We're going to have to pass the sneak attack again and just hope it comes back again.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance we didn't see like a Worm Coil or a Mere Battlesphere.
Yeah.
But there aren't a lot of creatures better than Grave Titan.
Yeah.
We kind of know like what we're walking into at this point a little bit.
And sneak attack, it'll go around a lot.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like it's a very not tough commitment, but like you have to go all in to make sneak attack work.
Yeah.
You can't just make it work off of like 2 big creatures and call it a day.
Yeah.
You need to be able to hit creature after creature
It's not.
after
It's not
creature.
something that you just throw into a deck.
No, definitely not.
It's seriously built around.
You can't play your sneak attack deck in your mono red aggro deck. You know, you can't play sneak attack in the mono red aggro deck. But okay, we're gonna conclude today. Thank you for listening. This is Sam.
And Sky.
That's Turn More Magic for you.